Good morning. Oh my goodness, what a funny day. Wow. I started the video earlier and there were like some sort of kind of flashing disco lights behind me. I don't know what was going on there, but I had to start over. It was like some kind of weird energy flashing all around. Anyway, we're going to do something kind of interesting here. Good morning, Monique. Nice to see you here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do we might need a bigger bowl. We're going to work with a little bit of the medium firm tofu, and we're going to make an eggless egg salad for egg salad sandwiches, or to put on crackers. Oh my goodness, this is totally leaking. Good thing I have a tray under it. I mean, only leaking when I open it. So generally speaking, I'm not a fan of tofu, like pretty much ever. It just isn't one of those things that I've ever really known what to do with, and I don't particularly like the texture. However, there have been many studies. So apparently you take this out and you have to dry it off. But there are many studies showing that if it's organic and non-GMO, it's very good for you. Oh, this is fun. We're doing the comedy show already. Oh my goodness. Okay, so clean hands, clean vegetables. We're not really working with any vegetables today, but yeah, it's always good to start when you know everything's been washed and clean, because you just never know what can happen. So yeah, so this is yeah, it's a recipe. Like I do also, you know, if you know, hey, good morning, Jane. Hi. You know, I do a lot of plant-based cooking, like mostly 100%. You know, most of the time, although I do use honey on occasion. But you know, it's such a big movement, the plant-based movement. And so to do the recipes that are able to create things that we love, that maybe some people can't have or don't want to have, like eggs, right? So we try and stay away from eggs and dairy. And yet, you know, most of us have been raised on the traditional diet. I'm just going to wrap this. Everything's clean. Most of us have been raised on the traditional diet, and so we want things like you know, eggs or bacon, things like that are just, you know, not always ethically acquired. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to go into that too much, because I'm sure that you can hear all you want about it elsewhere. So, but we're going to try this because, like I said, I'm not a real fan of tofu. However, Dr. Michael Greger, who does the nutritionfacts.org, he goes into great detail on the benefits of the tofu. And there are many benefits with an organic tofu, and especially there are things like tempeh, T-E-M-P-E, I believe. Oh, I think it has H on the end, T-E-M-P-E-H. And it's a fermented type of soybean, you know, kind of thing. And I'm not a real fan of that either. But there are some recipes that are really good. So it's nice to have these alternatives and to be able to, you know, have something that's a healthier choice. You know, there are times that, me personally, that I want to eat things that are not good for me. And so in order to balance that, keeping that optimum health, I always want to eat as many good things and make as many better choices as I can, so that it won't affect my health if I have the odd occasional. See, that's happening again. That happened. Can you guys see that? That happened when I started the Facebook Live this morning. And I stopped it and then I restarted. Can you guys see that flashing? Or is it just my phone? That is so weird. it's like a green flashing light, like there was a strobe behind me or something. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, so the idea is to get as much fluid as you can out of the tofu, because this particular one is was in water. And yes, I do believe I might need a little bit of a bigger bowl. I don't know if I need a giant bowl, but you know what? Let's go for the giant bowl, just in case. That way, I'm less likely to spill over. Okay, so there you go. So most of the water is taken out of there. I can see a couple spots here. I don't want it too, couple spots. Okay, there you go. I think that's pretty good. It seems so funny patting your tofu dry, but apparently that's what you do. I'm not an expert on tofu. I hardly ever use it, but I was asked to do some more breakfast recipes and alternatives. So can you guys still see, can you see that flashing? You do see the flashing. What is that? That is like, it's like, I don't know. It seems to be connected to my dress. I have no idea. That is just way too bizarre. It started that when I started right at the beginning, and then I shut it off and turned it on. But I guess we're just going to have disco time this morning. I don't know. Oh. Cup of my vitality tea to keep us on track here. So yeah, so basically you can do whatever you want with this. You can mush it up. If you wanted it to be a little bit more like an egg salad sandwich, you can slice it into little chunks. And but I don't really mind that it's this kind of mushy. The other thing you can do with this, of course, obviously, is to use this like and fry it up like eggs. You could do that like scrambled eggs. That is so bizarre. Anyways, okay, so secret ingredients here. What we're going to do is we have some for the dressing for this egg salad sandwich. We're going to make a special dressing, and I have some soaked walnuts here. And you can opt not to do that if you don't want. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just looking at my little magic bullets here, and I forgot to pull him out. So we're gonna grab the magic bullet-ish. It's not truly a magic bullet. It's a miracle blender, which is actually a pretty good machine. I've been really impressed with it. I'm seeing another comment here. I don't know what the flashing's all about. Okay, so we're going to add the walnuts, and then I'm just thinking that's maybe a little too much water. We want to have some, but not too much. So we can add the rest of the walnut water if we need to. You know what, we might need to, because I'm going to add nutritional yeast, and that is a thickener as well. The nutritional yeast is really good for you. It has all kinds of B vitamins, good for the immune system. It's usually, like if you buy it and you're using it and you're not eating any kind of animal sources, let's just say that, and you're using the nutritional yeast for a B12, then you need to make sure it's fortified, because they aren't all fortified with B12. They do have some B vitamins naturally, but they're not all fortified, so make sure that they are if you're depending on that for your B12. Dr. Greger was having another article recently on the B12, and it was really interesting with different sources and things like, I believe it was chlorella has B12 in it, and for a natural plant-based source. So we've got the walnuts, and we have the nutritional yeast. We're going to add just a teensy bit, not too much. yeah, just a little bit of Dijon. I don't want it too Dijon-y, but just like, I don't know, a 32nd of a teaspoon. I don't know, just a dab, just a pinch of Dijon. You can add more if you want. If you're a Dijon lover, fly at her, you know, just go right ahead. And so, and the turmeric, of course, turmeric's going to turn the tofu into the beautiful orangey, eggy color. And so that is going to help with the color, but it's also going to add your curcumin, your anti-inflammatory, and all that kind of stuff. I don't want it too orange. So how much tofu is that? Yeah, I'm more playing with color here than for the health benefits. So I'm not going to add too much, but if you didn't mind it turning super orange, add lots of turmeric because it's so good for you with the anti-inflammatory properties, and the curcumin, super good for pain, arthritis, and all that kind of thing. Now I'm going to add the Celtic sea salt. And so the Celtic sea salt is a mineral-y salt. And you guys have heard me talk about that. It has a lot of minerals in it, so it's not that salty. I am going to add a little bit of black pepper, and then I'm going to add the secret ingredient. Oh, I almost forgot. Sitting right here in front of me, a little squeeze of lemon. And squeeze a lemon. Okay, let's get the lemon happening here. And give that a little... Test my muscle strength this morning. Oh my God. Well, it came out of the fridge, and that's why. Oh my goodness, that is why. Okay, I'm getting enough juice out. This is my morning exercise. Can you tell it's working? Oh my gosh, okay. I definitely need some more upper body exercise or a warmer lemon. Secret ingredient, you guys, this is the thing. I don't know how many people have heard about this. It's fairly new to me, I have to say. It's a black Himalayan black salt. And it's actually kind of pink. It's not completely black. And I've heard that some of the Himalayan black salt is actually really pink. And what is that? That is so bizarre. Anyways, back to the black salt. This is a super ingredient. And this is what makes it taste like egg. It has, I didn't open it completely, but it has no smell, really. I was surprised. Well, a little bit if you shake it, but it has a sulfur smell. It smells just like boiled eggs. Like, honest to God, you would be surprised if you haven't used this stuff before. It's quite shocking. And I'm going to get a clean spoon again. And you don't need a whole lot. Like about the same as I put the mustard. It's like just a pinch of the black salt. And that totally makes it, I might even add a little less. It totally makes it completely taste like boiled eggs. And it's funny because I took 1 grain and I gave it to my husband and I said, here, try this, 1 grain of the salt. And he's like, what is that? You know, it tastes like eggs. And it totally does. So it's super fun to work with. It has lots of magical properties too, apparently. Okay, so I am hoping I have enough fluid in here. Oh, I was going to use this to actually grind the black salt because I wanted it finer. So what I might do is taste it afterwards and see if I need to add more to sprinkle on, because you don't really want a whole one granule. And you can buy it fine, but it was I don't know why I got the bigger one. I can't quite remember, but anyways, I did. And so if I want it fine, I'm going to have to grind it, which is okay too. All right, so we're going to put this onto the oh my gosh, all my spiritual friends are going to tell me what the green flashing thing is. Okay. Super distracting. All right, let's try this. thought I might have to pulse it, but it seemed to be okay, and I may have added a little too much water. What you can do is, if you want to thicken it up, oh, maybe not. It's pretty porry. And yeah, oh my gosh, if you guys could smell the smell. Oh my God, that might have been a little too much salt. We'll see. We'll see what the taste is. Yeah, I think, you know, I could add a little bit more. Maybe I will taste it just to be sure. Or you could add, what I was going to say is you can add a little more nutritional yeast to thicken it up more. So let's give it a try here. Oh my God, it smells like boiled eggs. It's really good. And not too much. It smells more than it tastes. So what I might do, because those were in the chunks too, right? They're in the bigger crystals, is that I will grind that up and sprinkle on top, because I don't want, you know, I don't know that those would have dissolved so quickly. They might not have. Yeah, so we'll do that after. So we're just going to pour this on. And, oops, I should do it so you can see it. Okay, I don't know exactly how much I need here. Get our little fork and mash it around. And actually, you know what? I could add a little bit more turmeric and turn it a little bit more yellow. Maybe I'll do that. So, you know, I mean, what we do on the Facebook Live is we just play with recipes and figure it out as we go. People ask me to share recipes that are healthy and different, and to try different things. And so I'm always happy to do all kinds of things. We experiment. I don't do anything usually beforehand at all. It's all just like a big surprise when we're on live. Turns out always pretty funny. And so anyways, yeah. So, you know, you have to just feel free to experiment and, you know, work with what you've got and just substitute if you need to. And don't get all hung up on, you know, that you don't have this or that. Just substitute for something else or whatever. Okay, we're going to just mix that turmeric up a bit. Try and get it a little bit orangier. And yeah, I know the black salt is really good for the tofu scramble. It's good for any kind of, like if you want a little bit of an egg flavor, especially in tofu, but it can be used in other recipes too. There's one that's niggling in the back of my mind, but I can't think of what it is right now, that I've used black salt for. Okay, so that's definitely made it much thicker too. And so, yeah, so it's super easy. This will make a great, you know, I can either use this as a egg salad filling, or you can use it for, you know, scramble it up. You know, what would be really good too, you know, for me, is if you used the, I'm going to get the rest of this out because it was really good. If you use the imitation bacon bits, not the ones from the store, sorry, those are simulated. The ones that I've been buying that I really, really like are from Epicure, and they are, they're plant-based bacon bit, and they're really, really, like, they've done an amazing job. They're so good. You could add that to this and make like a, you know, sort of a messy omelet kind of thing with that. The other thing, there's a recipe, and maybe we should do it sometime. There's another recipe that's really, really good, and it is making your own imitation bacon, and you use coconut and, okay, let me think of the recipe. I think it's maple syrup and tamari, and maple syrup and tamari and something else on coconut flakes, and then you crush it all up, and it's just absolutely, you know, seriously to die for. The problem is you'll just sit there and eat it and eat it and eat it till it's gone, and then you won't have any when you want to use it, or at least that's been my experience. so weird with the flashing. I just, you know, things, technology, and I think this is so good. I'm just trying to get every last bit out. I think Mercury's in retrograde, which is not going to help anything either. If you guys don't know what Mercury in retrograde is, it's when they talk about it being to do with communications, which can be too, but as far as I have experienced, it has anything to do with electronics can go wonky. So when Mercury comes into retrograde, I always back up my computer, and anything that I think might go wrong with electronics, then I make sure that that I have a backup. Whoops. Yeah, so I do believe it is Mercury in retrograde right now. And so, yeah, so it's not surprising. Okay, so this looks great. I think you guys can see this. And smells good, looks good, tastes good. You can add whatever you want to it. And that is, yeah, just make sure that your sauce is well mixed, right? So that you don't just bite into a whole hunk of tofu, because it'll, you know, tofu on its own, to me, it tastes like nothing. So make sure it is really well blended. And yeah, and then whatever you want to, oh, the other thing I was going to add, and I totally forgot. Oh my gosh, you guys. I forgot to add chives. This would be really good with chives, or green onions would be really good. So feel free to do that. I will go ahead and do that afterwards. Go and get some chives. I was supposed to do that and I forgot. Speaking of which, in the garden, this isn't in the garden, but this is the bok choy. We were working with bok choy all week, and using it in soups, and then using it instead of lettuce for salad. And so I stuck the little root in there, the stem, and it's growing a new bok choy. So I encourage you to go ahead and do that, because it's really nice fresh growth that has all kinds of vitamins and nutrition in it. So that's a really fun thing to do. I am going to transfer this into something so that it looks a little bit better than it does, because oops, it looks terribly messy in there, even though I don't have my beautiful chives. I wish I did. Should remember it. We're just going to put it on there so that you guys can see it a little bit better. And yeah, so you can use this any way that you would use, you know, scrambled eggs, or boiled eggs, like in an egg salad or whatever. Okay, so there you go. Now you can see that looks much better. Okay, are we still flashing? All right, so so the other thing I was going to show you guys, well, a couple things. I was going to talk about astragalus for a minute. Hey, Barb, hi, nice to see you. We are making tofu eggs. Doesn't that look nice? Oh, you know what's going to help make it look better? A little bit of pepper. And then afterwards, I will sprinkle chives on top. The other thing you could add to this, which would be fabulous, because this is quite a lot for just 2 people, for us, for putting on crackers or bread or for lunch. So you can take this and you can add the, we made the salsa the other day. And so you can take this and you can mix it with salsa. You can make it into an omelet. What was I thinking? Salsa and, oh my gosh, onions, mushrooms, all that kind of thing, and really make it into like an omelet. So we'll probably do that. So there's that. And then I wanted to talk to you about the astragalus. I was speaking about astragalus before, and we could have added some to this, which I didn't think about with the powder. So the astragalus has so many benefits. It's so good for the immune system. It's oh my gosh, it's an antioxidant, it's anti-inflammatory, it's good for your heart, it's anti-stress, and it's actually a root. So you can see the root here, but it comes in a powder. And you know, we worked with that a lot last week, adding these herbal powders to soups, to sauces. I should have thought to take the astragalus powder and add it to the dressing that we made, You could do that. I mean, I could actually sprinkle it on top afterwards too, because the astragalus has virtually no flavor. It's really good for opening the heart. The astragalus really is helpful when you're feeling emotionally shut down. It helps to open the heart. It helps you to feel really grounded, and very calm, so that you're less reactive, or you're less, feeling anxious and stressed. Like if you don't feel like doing something, it'll allow you to just say, oh gee, no, I really am not into doing that, or whatever, without being reactive. You're just calmly responding. So it really helps with that stress level, because it's balancing the hormones as well. So you can buy this stuff and use it in a tea. You can buy it in the powder and sprinkle it in your food, put it in your anything, if it's in a powder, your soups or your salads, because like I said, it doesn't have a strong taste at all. You won't even know it's there. Or you can buy it in a tea. So yeah, so I would look into that. That's kind of like my herb of the day. It has really helped too with like concussion, because it's just got that really calming, people that have had concussion, and it has electrolytes in it as well. So, so it really helps to, when we need electrolytes. When we need electrolytes, it's a good thing to add to your morning electrolyte drink, if you know what I mean. And so, oh my gosh, yeah, Barb and Darlene and everybody. Yeah, it's really, I don't know if it's breaking up on the Facebook, but there's lots of flashing going on. I don't know. And it's interesting because I think that Barb actually has more interference with the Facebook that I've heard. But let me know, you guys, let me know if you've seen lots of interference as well with breaking up on Facebook. I don't know what the flashing is all about, but yeah, it's good for me to know if this turns out terrible. I won't put it on my YouTube because of the flashing lights and everything. But yeah, very interesting energies going on right now. And so if you want real recipes and real 15-minute meals that are healthy and easy to do, check out my YouTube channel, because there are a couple hundred really good, easy recipes on there. And my Instagram has, tons of pictures of really good food that's inspiring and encourages us to put something together that's pretty and healthy as well. And yeah, so I think that we should probably go for today, and then we'll have a look at the video. And can you see? You can see the green lights flashing. That is so bizarre. I have no idea what's going on. Anyways, we will see you tomorrow. We'll hope to get a good connection tomorrow and have another really fun Facebook Live in the morning. Put your comments on whatever you want me to help figure out for a healthy dish or healthy meal, or whatever your ideas are. Send them to me and we'll go from there. Okay, thanks you guys. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.